The creation of the Environmental Protection Agency in 1970 led to many major achievements to the environment and impacted the world deeply. EPA guided the U.S. to find an explanation of how to decrease pollution around the globe.
It's the power of one. So each and every one of us have to do our part and understand that we can't dump into our oceans and we can't drop things on the floor, and we have to do our part to advocate to keep the environment safe. It's very important.
The creation of EPA developed a strong base for more accomplishments and research to find how to decrease pollution and protect marine life. Take the responsibility of protecting marine animals and be the solution to pollution.
Each of us all across this great land has a stake in maintaining and improving environmental quality, clean air and clean water, the wise use of our land, the protection of wildlife and natural beauty, parks for all to enjoy. These are part of the birthright of every American. To guarantee that birthright, we must act, and act decisively. It is literally now or never.
Prior to the creation of EPA, pollution and climate change was much worse than it is currently. Citizens in America did not know about the hazards of pollutants and how harshly it could affect their health. Not only was pollution considered aesthetically displeasing, but was also a significant threat to marine life and human health. As the amount of pollution increased, so did citizens' concerns about the environment. Citizens began to comprehend the dangers of pollution. In the 1960s, numerous people came together to discuss solutions to this global problem. Humans created this major problem, and they were aware that they had the responsibilities to aid the Earth and to become a healthier planet. Ideas were considered on how to help animals throughout the U.S. They conversed on the subject of pollution, and in 1970, the Environmental Protection Agency originated.
My name is Scott Bachner, and I'm a captain, and I man a crew for Operation Splash, which is a volunteer group. We advocate at the local and state levels to get new laws passed that will help the environment.
Before EPA was created, rivers and streams in America were very intoxicated. Chemicals filled bodies of water, killing animals and leading to water pollution. The air was polluted in thick smog-coated cities. These too were components to health problems and damage to our environment. Oil spills and constant pollution contaminated our oceans, causing hundreds of millions of marine animals to die. It is everyone's personal responsibility to clean up after themselves because all humans and animals have the right to live in a clean environment. Citizens were becoming worried and began to realize how serious pollution truly was. Lots of people were affected by the pollution in the environment. Hundreds of people got diseases such as heart disease and lung cancer due to the chemicals in the air and waters. In many lakes around the United States, toxic chemicals were poured into them. Many of the people swimming in these lakes, rivers, and other bodies of water were harshly affected by the chemicals. At the time, pollution continued to get worse and more harmful as the years went on.
The Environmental Protection Agency is known for taking responsibility in both human and environmental health. The purpose of its creation was to solve environmental problems occurring like oil spills, contaminated air and water, plus many more.
During the past 3 years, we have made a good start. We have passed new laws to protect the environment, and we have mobilized the power of public concern. But there is much yet to be done.
As humans, we have the right for basic needs in life, like shelter, clean food, clean water, and an education. Natural resources from the environment are used to make these things we need in life possible. So, we have a responsibility to take care of these natural resources like animals and the environment itself. One of the biggest impacts for us are marine animals. This right and responsibility we had as humans described EPA and their mission, to make both Mother Nature and humans safe. President Nixon established EPA on December 2, 1970, as an agency and gave hope towards humans and their struggles with the suffering environment. Once the EPA began, their improvement only started to grow. They would create different environmental acts for different environmental purposes and began to help coastal communities like Long Island all around the United States. All of their accommodating methods led the EPA to be crucial for the environment to grow cleaner. As each day passes, EPA continues to thrive in environmental and human health solutions.
In just the short years following the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency, large milestones in the atmosphere were made. Some examples include cleaner air and cleaner water. Many citizens' health improved due to these amendments to the Earth. EPA had a great dive into fixing environmental problems once they began. In the 1980s, the Pollution Standards Index improved by half in major cities. Some major cities include New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, and more. Another example, during the mid-1990s, they established many laws designed to control problems to help improve animal and human health. They created laws against uranium mills. Uranium mills are chemical plants which use chemicals to withdraw uranium from the earth. These chemical plants infect aquatic ecosystems which harshly impact marine animals. EPA also enforced laws to stop ocean dumping, decrease water pollution, prevent environmental damage, and more. As these laws were passed, people began to see improvements in citizens' health state and how the environment was responding to these changes. EPA will go down as having one of the most positive environmental impacts. The EPA influenced the world to take responsibility of helping marine animals and the environment so us humans could fulfill the right of having all survival needs.
Helped with the plastic bag. When you go to the supermarket, the single bags, now you bring your bags to the grocery store and carry your own. All those plastic bags were rolling in, and we had a real big problem there with a lot of plastic bags in the water and balloons. So we advocated, Operation Splash advocated to help remove that and get a law that you can't use single-use plastic bags in Nassau County, and that was passed, and the state, actually, and balloons.
Ever since EPA was first created by President Nixon in December of 1970, major environmental improvements have been made through different environmental acts. For example, the Clean Water Act, which lasted over 40 years and is extremely effective in improving marine animals' health, caused our environment to change for the better. Its purpose is to remove pollution from waters and to improve the health of the living animals in the waters. Not only did it increase the percentage of safe fishing and swimming areas, but it also prevented 700 billion pounds of toxic pollutants from entering our waters. In our hometown of Long Beach, we got to speak with Scott Bachner, a worker with Operation Splash. Operation Splash is a volunteer organization where people go on boats to collect trash and treat the marshes, so all marine life can have a clean living area, and also so they can provide care towards the environment.
And balloons is a big problem because what goes up comes down, and it always winds up in the waterways or the marshes, and the fish and the turtles and everything think it's food, and they eat it and ingest it, and then they die. And the ribbon is very strong, and it always wraps up around birds and all kinds of animals. So the ribbon is the worst part. So we try to get in there and get rid of that and try to get balloon legislation. So we're always fighting for legislation
towards the environment. EPA came and conquered against all harmful things for the environment. Operation Splash had the role model of EPA to look up to. With EPA and their knowledge, our environment will become more vibrant and beautiful every day, while also impacting others with the lessons helping Earth teach us.
In conclusion, the EPA is an amazing organization that helps marine animals live their lives to the fullest. They truly care about the environment, and other people should too. You could be the solution to pollution.